Hey, what's up guys, I am MightyMapper123 and welcome back to another episode of Army Men of War. So my, has this series taken a dramatic turn in the recent episodes. So previously, we watched as the Pearlanese pirates from the Isle of Pearl, which is there, right there, it goes out of the map in that direction. They have decided, whilst the Tangerians, the oranges, are weak, they wanted to invade and hold ransom Fort Tan. So this is the ancient fortress of Fort Tan, and also the biggest fortress in the whole of Plastica. And Plastica being this planet right here. There we go. So Plastica, right, it's been a world which has been divided by wars for centuries now, and they only just got it under wraps until the Great Colonial Wars in the human dimension. Because these little plastic army men, even though they seem very simple with their technologies and, you know, very simple-minded because they're small little plastic brains, they did invent cross-dimensional travel through their magic. And I'd like to hear some of your guys' input on how they invented the portals. So do let me know in the comments if you have any input on how they invented or how they found the portals. The purples, the Pearlanese people right here, they managed to take Fort Tan, and now they're currently in like deals. They're making deals with the Tangerians, and this is the Tangerian general right here. This is General Peel, Colonel Peel should I call him, and he's been assigned by Sultan Laventine, which is this dude right over here in the capital city of Tangiers. And you can see the Tangerians are producing a lot more fresh infantry, so can't wait to get them out there into battle. And who knows, maybe we'll be seeing them cross this bridge right here in the future. But we can see that the Tans, the old Tan Empire as we call them, because they don't like to be called rebels, they've already blockaded the bridge with 3 companies of men. So yeah, so there's been a lot that's happened lately. We have Colonel Peel defending the fortress from this side, so he's blockaded the fortress from this side. And then we've got this guy right here, which is Admiral Citrus. He's going to be coming with the remainder of the Orange Fleet and surrounding the fortress. But there's a fog of war going on around here, so we do not know where the Purple Fleet has disappeared to. For all we know, they could be coming behind us, they could be over here, they might not even be there. So I'd like you guys to think of where they could be as well. So after all this happened with Pearl, the Greens and the Blues wanted to do an airborne invasion to come and support the Tan people, which are over here. So they came. Oh, let me just tell you how they came to be. So they came from this place right here, which is like an air base inside the Millie Mountains. So this resembles like an Area 51 type deal. They came from this base right here. They brought soldiers from there over to the Pearlanese Islands. Then they moved them from the Pearlanese Islands all the way down to southern Viet Tan. And Viet Tan is everything you can see right here, which is covered in trees. So this is South Viet Tan right here. And the Tans have been doing extremely well against the Oranges, the Tangerian people, in previous episodes. So they managed to move up and conquer southern Viet Tan. Then they managed to take Tan Chi Minh. And then they even pushed upwards and managed to take this bridge right here and everything else really, all around Tan Chi Minh as well. So their campaign has come to like a halt at the moment, because they can't push any further because the Reds got involved. So the Reds under Comrade Rednin came across the border and decided, we're going to support the Tangerian people because we don't think it's fair that the Tan Rebellion, which is influenced under Western powers, which are the Blues and the Greens, are here. So the Reds are coming down to join in the war. And fortunately, the Greens and the Blues have lost to the Tangerians in the previous battles. So the links will be in the description of the video if you want to go and check them out. But the Greens and the Blues decided to drop a shed ton of airborne around this area. Some of them even dropped behind enemy lines. So we've got Able Company and we've got Dog Company right here. And these are stuck behind enemy lines where the wind just took them really. And because the Greens and the Blues managed to lose those past 2 battles, it gave the Reds time to move in to the city of Tanoi. And Tanoi is what we're looking at right here, and it is the capital of the whole of Viet Tan. So this is the capital of the north. If they can take that, then Viet Tan becomes its own country, which may give the Tans the ability to restore the old Tan Empire once again, which will be obviously backed by the Greens and allied with the Greens and the Blues. But one thing that the Greens and the Blues have always been scared of is confrontation with the Reds. And the reason being is because the Blues and the Reds fought a war some 200 years ago. And you can see that the Blues managed to take quite a lot of territory from the Reds, being all that we can see right here. And this is the original Blue territory. Over here you can see the capital and the rest of their islands. And they border with the Greens, but the Blues and the Greens at the moment are allies. So they came over, the airborne divisions, they attacked the Tangerians, they lost, unfortunately, and then the Reds moved into Tanoi. So now in the next battle, I do forget to mention that there is another company over here, which is Charlie Company, and he is stuck even further behind enemy lines, right next to a city called Tan Nam, and we saw it in this video right here, where the Reds annihilated the Tan people in this city. So we might be seeing a bit of action on this end as well, and these guys are completely cut off from their allied troops. So the Reds, the Greens and the Blues must avoid confrontation at all costs, because it will start a super world war, because the Reds, the Greens and the Blues, they are the superpowers of Plastica, and if they come to clash it will cause a world war. So in this battle we're actually going to be watching the World War start. So unfortunately, because of the amount of losses, because I let the AI decide each battle, the Blues and the Greens are going to be advancing on this front and also going to be advancing on Tanoi itself. But they're going to be coming through the trees and attacking the Reds where it hurts. So they're not even going to know they've been hit. So we've got Able Company and Dog Company right here. Airborne troops of the Greens are going to move up and attack. So we're looking at around 300 Green soldiers are going to be attacking around 300 Red soldiers on the outskirts of Tanoi. So if I shake my cursor right here, we will zoom right in to the battle. So here we are on the battlefield, and both companies, both Able and Dog Company, have made their way into a woodland just opposite a Red camp on the border of Tanoi. So let's have a look at the Red camp, and you can see that they're not expecting any sort of attack anytime soon, but they have made up some defences. So the Reds consist of some light armour, a lot of infantry. We're looking at around 100 men in total in this camp right here, and both companies, both Able and Dog, will be advancing any moment now. We can already see one company of men, being Able Company, advancing. So they're going to march halfway, and I think they're going to run the rest. They have also sent 2 fire teams on each flank to move in on the Red camp. So if we look over here somewhere, I believe there's a there they are, right there, look, there we go. So we've got 2 fire teams on each side, and they have already started engaging the Reds. So the alarm is instantly going to go off in this place. So let's have a look at this. We can see that the howitzers, which are controlled by the 2nd Airborne Division, which are these guys, are already opening up on the Reds. So here's the camp over here. We have got some men on standby. We're talking around 200, maybe 300 men, which are right near this camp, which are going to come from inside the city and maybe even try and reinforce it. So look, we can see here that everybody is getting out of their tents and starting to run to the front line. So the alarm is going off. Look at these cool campfires. I love this. The first time we've ever done an actual Red camp, so I'm really excited for this. We have got some sort of missile thing over here. I forgot what these things are called, but they're really, really overpowered. Let's just watch it. Look, you ready? It's taking aim and it's shooting. Let's see the damage. Able Company is taking a huge hit from these guys down here. Wow, look at that. So these guys are made up of rifles, M16s and bazookas, just like the previous guys we saw from the previous episode. So in the previous battles we did watch other airborne soldiers lose their lives in an epic attempt to push through the Tangerian lines. But the Tangerian lines were just too strong, and unfortunately they didn't do it. So that means the Reds are now engaging directly with the Greens, which could and may spark a world war. So this could be the 2nd Great Plastic War in Plastica. So the Able Company seem to have pushed really far forward, and now they're getting into the first part of the camp, We have got some soldiers still hidden in these trenches, including some machine guns. What are these called? These are the Maxim, I believe. Look, I love the animation, how they're lying down. They're really hard to hit. And if anybody comes in his path, they're done for. So Able Company is now going for a full charge. Oh, wow. We have got some reinforcements approaching on the flanks. They seem to have taken out the fire teams. I think over here, yep, our men have been put on full retreat. But it was a good move. It was a good flanking move. We've got some more fire from these missiles. Oh, we've got a direct hit there on some of this squad right here. We've got 2 squads of men working on the right flank. This is going to be a truly epic battle. Cannot wait for Dog Company to come in as well. So do let me know in the comments if there's any more sort of strategies we could do in getting towards Tanoi. So we've paratrooped our men down. These guys are cut off. Charlie Company has been cut off. They're up near Tan Nam, which you saw on the battle map. We've got Dog Company and Able Company, which are going to try and push their way through. And if they can break their way through to Tanoi, we can maybe even push behind the Tangerian lines. So that would be pretty good for the Green Army. So the Blues and the Greens might be able to advance and meet up with Able and Dog Company. But it all depends who wins this battle, because whoever wins this battle will affect what will happen in the series in the next episode. So we can see there's a lot of red soldiers coming into the map right now. They have rifles at the minute, rifles and a PPSH. They do have the RK-47, which is standard issue, which was sold to them by the Greys, because the Greys, the Reds and the Oranges, they're going to form something called GOR, G-O-R, which could be an alliance, and we could be seeing the GOR versus something like, I don't know, the GTB or something like that. I'm not sure. The Purples are also allying themselves with the Greens and the Blues. As you can clearly see, if it wasn't for the Purples, they wouldn't have even been able to land their troops. And they're doing really well. I've got to admit, the Greens did a lot better than my playtest, but they can expect a counterattack any moment now from this red flank right over there. How are these guys doing? They've got M16s, a lot of them, which is a very, very good gun. I mean, these M16s, they're like one-shot kill. We have got a mix of other weaponry as well. We've got the Browning, and I feel really sorry for that guy. I wonder how many of these green soldiers were his friend. And they're all gone, look. All of them are gone. We've got a lot of men focusing on their flank as well. So I think the Reds have decided, you know, we're going to counter-attack. Which doesn't really matter because, like I said, we left 100 men inside this tree line right over here. So if the Reds do counter-attack, we still have some kind of chance to push them back. And vice versa. If the Greens counter-attack, the Reds have some kind of chance to push the Greens back as well. So this could be anybody's game. It is around 3 companies versus 3 companies. So something like maybe 2 companies actually. I'd say 2 companies versus 2 companies. Maybe with like 50 men in reserve or something like that. Because the companies can be anywhere between 80 to 150 men. And I'm going for a random number. It's anywhere in between that number. I don't think we could have an accurate guess on what amount of troops are in the company. So maybe we could call it 100 or 120, something like that per company. So Able Company seems to have took a lot of casualties, a hell of a lot. We've got 3 men over here, and I'm not sure where the rest of the soldiers are. Oh, we've got a firefight going on over here. They're hiding in the brush, exchanging fire with these Reds. The Reds just stand out like sore thumbs in that grass. So if we clear the passage to here, or maybe we can hold this trench. If we can take this trench line right here, we can stop any sort of counterattack from the Reds, because you can see this is a really, really good position. But as of Able Company, I think they're done for, to be honest. We're completely reliant now on Dog Company. So here comes Dog Company. They're moving up, and I believe we've got Lieutenant Grenfield amongst these guys. And Lieutenant Grenfield did have something to say in the Discord, and I'm going to read it out to you. So, Lieutenant Grenfield, Dog Company, 2nd Airborne Division, intercepted radio message. And it goes, Red occupation of Tanoi. I say again, Red occupation of Tanoi. So the 2 attempts of breaking the Tangerian front line have failed us. It has provided the Red Army with more than enough time. They have taken the city. Able Company has managed to meet us, but Charlie Company are MIA further behind enemy lines, so they are missing in action. So hopefully Charlie Company can try and get back to Able and Dog Company, depending on who wins this battle. Because if these guys lose this battle, then we are completely reliant on the front line against the Tangerians. But who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully they can come to some sort of diplomatic negotiation, maybe form a ceasefire at some point to stop any war brewing in the west. Because this war's just started, this could mean that the neutral zone in red and blue territory could just go like crazy and start shooting at each other. And these things are castle walls versus castle walls, so you can imagine it would be very devastating to both sides. A bit mad, mutually assured destruction, as they say. That's a cool firefight right there. So Dog Company is doing a lot better than Able. They've managed to break through they've managed to break through the centre, and they're focusing hard on their left flank. Whereas Able Company I think they focus mainly on their central flank. But look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I do hope you guys like the map. I did make this one today. I made it in about 3 hours, this map. But it's definitely one of my favourite battles I've played so far. It's just so nostalgic, and I don't know where those missiles are coming from. Those missiles are coming from over there, I think. Good on you, Reds. You managed to get them. We've got a couple of reserve machine guns back here, so they're just waiting for the Greens. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to turn this cannon, and we're going to put it just there, so they're in a better. They've got a better view of these Greens focusing on the flank. I think that's something they'd realistically do. You see. We'll move him there. As if they can do it in time. God damn it. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Look at that. We've got a full focus of green forces. And there is no lag. Look at this. There is absolutely no lag in this battle. They have got a grenade out. And we're managing to push the Reds back and back with the Greens. The Reds are on a full retreat. But I can imagine they've got a lot more men on their way to this position. So maybe we could hold this place down with Dog Company, bring forward the reinforcements as well as the howitzers, dig ourselves in these trenches, and await the counter-attack for the next video. That'd be insane. We've also got to expect an attack on Fort Tan very soon as well, because the Tangerians are going to want to take that thing back. It's a very strategic position. Maybe they could even do it peacefully and just trade gold or equipment or technologies. And look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, who's going to die next? Just look at them. Who is going to fall next? That bazooka. I love the look of the bazookas. Their animation is so cool. They just look really nice. Dog Company managed to take the field. It's still a fair fight though. We've got a lot of red soldiers over here, look. The glorious Red Army. We've got guys with PPSHs. And I really feel sorry for these Greens if they bring in the RK-47 Assault. Because that's a very, very good rifle. That cannon, it did very well, but it got taken out. Not too sure if they've got any more cannons. Dog Company has also broke through on the right side as well. Not too sure if they're going to be able to take this woodland at the back though, because we still have a lot of Reds. Looks like we've got like a full platoon of Reds back here. And I'm going to let you guys in the comments name this Red division. So what corps should this Red Army be? To give me a number or give me a code name, and we'll assign it to the Red Army. So I will pick the best one. May the best man win. Love the look of these squad leaders. They look insane. I think what we need to do is I'm going to select them, and we're going to do a little bit of a counter attack if we can. I'm just going to select them like that, and hopefully they'll move forward again. So these guys should move up now. There we go. They will react on action, so it's going to be still an epic, even fight. As you can see that the Greens they're holding their own. They really are holding their own. They're using the terrain to their advantage. But they have completely taken this base. Completely taken it. If anything, let's pull some dudes back. Let's pull the Greens back and put them in this trench. Because that's where they need to be right now. In this trench line. If we can take this trench, we can bring the rest of the men forward, and then we can stop any sort of counter-attack. This is a really good position. I don't think we can. I think we can take out tanks and everything from this position. I'm just going to bring as many men back as I can, put them in the trench line, and other than that, we'll just leave a few men up front counter-attacking these Reds, Not too sure how many reds are left though. There's still quite a few in this hill line right here, on this ridge. Exchanging fire with some dudes over there, so yeah, they're going to attack from all angles now. There is a lot of greens. The greens were well prepared for this battle, and it was very unfortunate for the reds. But then again, the reds have a lot of men left. They have a lot of men. Maybe they could form some sort of counter-attack and push on the greens yet again. Got a bar rifle there. Guys in the woods, they've surrounded them. They're literally pinned down. The trees are their only cover. I feel sorry for them. I really do. But this was a fair fight. I placed down exactly around 300 reinforcements for the reds and around, I think it was around 200 for the greens. So if anything, the reds had a few more men than the greens did. Look at that. They look beautiful. They look so nice. Let's go back into cinematic mode. And Lieutenant Grenfield, one of our main characters in this battle, he'll be amongst these guys. We'll have to try and find him at some point. Maybe we'll find him in the next battle. That's if he lives, that is. Oh crap, look at this. We've got one dude. No, we've got two dudes. We had two dudes, but they're gone now. I think this is definitely a win for the greens. So now we're going to fall back with the greens. Get as many men back as we can. So we managed to lose pretty much all of Able Company, apart from the reserves. There is half and half in the reserves back here. So there's around 50 Able Company and around 50 Dog Company back here. Whereas the rest of them all charged. But that was a really strategic attack. They did a really good job. And tell me in the comments, did you enjoy this battle? It was a very quick one, I guess. But I think very detailed. I love the detail on these sort of battles. And the map is such a pleasure to play on. Just look at this. It's so open, and there is a lot of covers as well. A lot of covers at the same time. It works really well with Men of War. So I'm guessing we probably have around one company left, maybe just over one company left. And in the next battle, I think we're going to be defending this trench line right here, and we're going to be seeing how many soldiers we can take out, how many red soldiers we can take out, and who knows, maybe the reds could push on the greens and take the greens out. So like I say, whatever happens in the videos does affect what happens in the next. So I do hope you enjoyed this battle, and if you want to see more, do hit that like button and also subscribe. Join the Mighty Nation, pushing on 20,000 subscribers. Cannot wait to get there. So I will see you guys in the next video.